What's going on, YouTube family and friends? Welcome back to the channel, and what we came to discuss here in today's video is SERV, which we're seeing a bounce along that mid Bollinger Band here today. Stick around for my price prediction here for tomorrow. Also, we're going to take a brief look and check out QUBT as well as QBTS. Both stocks have seen a bounce here on today's trading, as well as majority of the quantum computing stocks. So with that being said, a lot of people may be wondering, is this the quantum computing turnaround? Stick around, guys. I'm going to give you my thoughts and insights on that. But before I do so, don't forget to smash that like button on your way in. It really does help the channel grow. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, we are headed towards 50,000 subscribers, which we are trying to reach that goal before the end of February. So with the help of the audience, we can easily achieve that. So what we came to talk about here in today's video first is the quantum computing space, QBTS. We're going to take a brief look at QUBT and a few others, ladies and gentlemen. But as you guys can see here, we did actually ride that lower here on Monday's trading and bounced off of it here today. We got a gap that currently sits here between $4.96 and $5.72. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people may be wondering that this is the turnaround, but I am here to tell you guys that we are not out of the woods just yet, especially here in these two stocks. As you guys can see here, breaking through that mid Bollinger Band, and we are not close to even recovering back to those levels just yet. I do feel as though that these two gaps that both stocks are currently under, as you guys can see here, QUBT is at $8.80, ranging all the way down to $8.58. With that being said, these two gaps will be filled, but I do feel as though that if we do not see a green day here tomorrow, if we do not see a continuation of this bounce in price, things can get very bad. If we go back to the 15-minute chart here really quickly, as you guys can see here, that break through the mid Bollinger Band is a very great sign here for today's trading and as well as for QBTS. But I want everyone to be well aware that today's turnaround doesn't call totally for a quantum computing turnaround. 8 out of 5 stocks in the quantum computing space are currently up, so it's not a huge turnaround. In fact, if we take a brief look and just check out today's change, WIMI, LAES, QMCO, QUBT, QBTS, and RGTI. These are all the stocks that we talk about here on the channel, and those are the ones that is currently up. But it seems as though that the big names, the Google, the IBMs, and the IONQ is currently doing pretty well as well, but it did actually ride that lower, ladies and gentlemen, for quite a few days. If we just look across the board, a lot of these stocks are far from that mid Bollinger Band. So with that being said, me considering it a turnaround as of now, that isn't clear here in RGTI, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see here, this drop in price here, major recovery, didn't hit the lower. This is looking very bullish, the bullish out of all the ones that I just named here. It's looking has a better chance to actually reach and cross that mid Bollinger Band over QBTS, QUBT. If you ask me, LAES and QMCO, ladies and gentlemen. Even though that LAES is also didn't ride that lower, you have to take in consideration that market cap is much lower than what we have here in RGTI. With that being said, I do feel as though that the volatility swings in LAES is going to be felt much higher than what we're going to see here in RGTI. I feel as though that this is much more resilient to the volatile swings than LAES. With that being said, this is also has a gap to be filled, but this gap is above that Bollinger Band, which spells for a much higher bull run, due to the fact that gaps has to be filled, ladies and gentlemen, and we should be filling that gap at the same time as crossing that mid Bollinger Band. But again, Market conditions has to call for it. If we take a brief look and just check out the semiconductor sector as a whole, it is up overall majority due to the fact that Nvidia, one of the titans, is currently holding this thing down. But majority of the $5 billion companies and lower is currently up there in the semiconductor sector. But we do need to see the market continue to trade like this for the next couple of days for us to actually see a turnaround in the quantum computing space. My price predictions here for quantum computing, ladies and gentlemen, I do feel as though that we're going to see a stagnant trade across the board like we see here today. Not a clear leaning towards any side, as you guys can see here, 8 in favoring up, 5 down. I do feel as though that we're going to see a ratio similar to this, either if it's on the other side of the fence, but I do feel as though that QUBT is going to end up filling this gap here before the end of the week, as well as this gap is much smaller. Again, guys, this gap only ranges from, again, $8.58. But if we go back to QBTS for you guys that is holding this thing, this has a much wider range of gap to be filled, upwards to $5.72, close to $1. That's about 25% gain here. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do feel as though that this gap is going to be filled, but not in total before of the end of the week. I do feel as though that we're going to come towards a slight consolidation state here for the quantum computing space. Also stocks like, let's see here, LAES. And if you're holding any of these, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to comment the ticker symbol in the comment section below as well. Far as LAES goes, again, the same thing. We do have a gap to be filled above that up mid Bollinger Band, so that is a very great bullish sign. But again, with that low market cap, I do feel as though that the volatile swings, just in case of market conditions doesn't call for this continuation here in the semiconductor sector, we're going to see this thing actually fill that gap, but not at a at the high likelihood of RGTI, if you ask me. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. Far as SERV goes, for those that is currently holding this, that mid Bollinger Band bounce is very, very great, ladies and gentlemen. But again, this stock also isn't out of the water. The robotics sector, we take a brief look and check out the related stocks here really quickly. 37 out of 11 is currently up. Like I said before, guys, I do feel as though that the robotics sector is going to be the next hot topic. Yes, we do see a rally here, but nothing close to what we did receive here in quantum computing, and especially like AI. I do feel as though that we're going to see like a symphony tone play out here in the robotics sector. Again, this thing just started here at the beginning of December. All right, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do feel as though that this thing does stand a very great chance to actually break that $24 high here early in the month of February, if not by the end of January. Other stocks that you do want to look out for, and RGTI is one of those, by the way. But again, one of those stocks you want to look out for is RR as well, ladies and gentlemen, which also has a low market cap, a nice mid Bollinger bounce. You guys know how I like that. In fact, if you look at our interpretations of indicators and check out that day chart, guess what is bullish, ladies and gentlemen? That Bollinger. And again, this chart is for all you traders that do not understand how to read charts really well, and that is the technical sentiment chart, aka the interpretations of indicators, what I call it. It gives you the reading whether a indicator is bearish or bullish. So it does take a lot of time out of charting for all you advanced traders out there, for all you novice traders out there that want to know if a stock is currently bullish or bearish. Get over to Moomoo and use my sign up link in the description below, so you will get those 15 free stocks. But again, RR is a stock that you do want to actually look out for as well here early off in the month, in the year 2025. I do feel as though that this thing is also headed towards that gap close of that $3.71. And back to SERV, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for this thing to actually cross those $18 levels here tomorrow, and that is my floor. We should see trading ranges between $18 and $20 here for SERV before the end of the week. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, can you please consider hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget to consider joining our Discord server, and may the gains be with you.